The NFL was terrified that this would happen as the New England Patriots have taken out the Houston Texans and will face the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship. And the Broncos, they only have Jarrett Stidham at quarterback. Let's say, don't pick the Patriots next week either, everybody on ESPN. Welcome into Patriots Digest, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. I appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with me here on the show. Boy, oh boy, what a game that was. The Patriots take out the Houston Texans. And man, what a great game from the defense. I'll tell you what, the offense struggled at times, but they put C.J. Stroud in fits. And yes, C.J. Stroud is not exactly the best quarterback, but the defense did exactly what they were supposed to. If you missed it, we were live for the games. Make sure you check us out on the live stream next week at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be live for that game, but this one, a big win for the Patriots and a couple of big plays is really the big thing of what it took. Couple of injury notes to make in this 28-16 win. Carlton Davis did go to the locker room with a head injury. As of right now, just before making this video, I have no update on him. Now, I will obviously get more and more updates as we go, and we'll see, hopefully, if we get any updates on Davis, whether it's tonight or whether we know it tomorrow. Davis did go to the locker room with a head injury. If you mentioned it last weekend, it was Christian Gonzalez. He went to the locker room with a head injury, and, well, now another cornerback in the locker room. Before we get into all the content today here on the show, this video is brought to you by Kalshi. And if you download Kalshi using the link in the description and use code DIGESTNFL, you're going to get $20 when you trade your first 100. Kalshi is the largest prediction market in the United States, and on their platform, you can trade yes or no on real-life events such as sports, elections, news. Pretty much anything is on Kalshi, even snow in Foxborough. Now, whether you're in California, Texas, or anywhere across the country, Kalshi is now live in all 50 states. For sports fans, trade on game outcomes, playoff chances, or player performances, all on a regulated market where you can cash out at any time. As we look toward the AFC Championship, New England has taken a skyrocket shot since the announcement of the Bo Nix injury, as they are now at a 70% odd. Denver with a 32% odd, which doesn't exactly make sense because that's more than 100%, but you know, it's the way it goes. Whatever. 100 on the trade for New England to get 143. Go get it right now because it's going to go up on the Patriots odds. It's genuinely a smarter way to use your sports or news knowledge. You can close positions whenever you want. Again, download Kalshi using the link in the description. And don't forget to use the code DIGESTNFL to get your $20 bonus. So yeah, Carlton Davis is an injury we're watching. However, there is a guy who can return this upcoming week in Mack Hollins. Now that is a huge, huge thing for a lot of Patriots fans. We have talked a little bit about him and the return he potentially could make. We have to see tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Mike Vrable's day to come out and say, hey, this or that on, Mack Hollins. So we'll see what happens if he's available or not. But looking at this game, I would love to have him. Now, of course, we have to start with C.J. Stroud because this guy was in the blender all night. 28 on their quarterback rating, got sacked 3 times, threw 4 interceptions, just could not do anything right in the backfield. Yet, he had over 200 yards, 212 yards with a 4.5 average, 1 touchdown, and 4 interceptions, as I mentioned. Whereas when you compare that to Drake Maye, he only had 179 yards, but he was a lot more efficient with a 100 QB rating, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 6.6 yards per reception or yards per pass. Now for Drake Maye, he'll be the first to tell you this was not the best game from him. He got sacked 5 times and he fumbled the ball 4 times. In those 4 times, he lost 2, and a lot of those were Will Anderson tapping the ball out of his hand as he was rearing back to throw. Now there was a couple of passes that maybe he could have made on those throws that would have changed the way this game was played out, and the Patriots could be winning by more or been a little more comfortable throughout the game, but it ends up working out, and what Drake Maye did this year is he won. He got us here to now the AFC Championship and hopefully can continue on from here. Really big game from Rhamondre Stevenson, especially given the fact that he was injured for a little bit in this game. He finishes with 16 carries for 70 yards, 4.4 on the average, a long of 20. 12 for 25 for TreVeyon, 2.1. 6 of the long. Drake Maye had 4 carries for 10 yards, 2.5 on the average, 8 is his long. Big thing for Rhamondre in this situation was he had an eye injury at the half, or at the second quarter. He really didn't play much of the second quarter at all and was on the sideline trying to blink his eye so it would stay open and just couldn't get it. Eye drops, everything, it wasn't working. Well, then the second half comes around, he comes back, and the Patriots are able to kind of lean on him late in that game to wind down the clock and they end up, of course, with the win. Huge thing there. But I mentioned Mack Hollins coming back, and he would be such a big addition. Because not only in this game did Kayshon Boutte, otherwise known as the Patriots offense, have 3 receptions for 75 yards and a touchdown, he had big catches. All 3 of his catches were huge. Same can somewhat be said for Stefon Diggs, having a touchdown, a big first down reception, going 4 for 40 with a touchdown. And then Demario Douglas, 2 receptions, 1 being the 28-yard touchdown that got the scoring off for the Patriots. Austin Hooper has 1 for 14. Rhamondre has 4 for 11. Hunter Henry has 1 for 5. The one thing that I didn't like about this game is the Patriots' use of their tight ends. I would have loved to see a little more of Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. I know that's the way the Texans defended it. They weren't going to let Hunter Henry or Hooper get open or get anything on them. However, against the Denver Broncos, that's going to be a piece that I want because Drake Maye, his scrambling abilities were going to be talked upon this week. Well, now looking for Denver, you got to talk about the tight ends. That's a big spot of their defense that maybe you can kind of exploit in some facets. Now, if we go over to the Houston Texans and more or less what the Patriots defense did, they did a lot on the ground game. They allowed just 48 yards to the Texans offense on the ground. 9 of those were in the first half. This team was the best run defense team for the first 6 weeks in the NFL, and they proved today why they were. They did not allow an inch to the Texans running game. Again, 212 yards on the 20 receptions for the Texans, 6 of those to Jayden Higgins for 59 yards, 2 of those to Dalton Schultz, who were 47 yards. He had a long of 42, funny enough, so funny how he had 47 yards and 1 catch was 42 yards. Xavier Hutchinson, Harrison Bryant also getting some receptions, and Christian Kirk with the lone touchdown grab. So, the Patriots defense played fantastic. We're concerned right now ahead of the game looking at Carlton Davis. What's the updates on him? The play he got injured was the one where he went to tackle Woody Marks and kind of used his head to force him out of bounds. If you were watching the game, remember he kind of got up a little gingerly from that, got on his knees and got taken out, then got taken back to the locker room. Christian Gonzalez had that last week and was able to play this week. Fingers crossed, the same can be said for Carlton Davis. Also, though, Mack Hollins, the potential is there for him to come back and be a guy to help out this wide receiver core. But the catch that Kayshon Boutte made in this game this evening was maybe one of the best catches I have ever seen a wide receiver make in a AFC Divisional playoff game. I mean, it was fantastic. It really changed the way this game felt. It was 21-16 at the time. Patriots offense was sluggish at best and just looked like they were trying to just get to the end. And this catch lit up the crowd. And a cold and wet Gillette Stadium absolutely erupted and was loud the entire way since then. And the one thing I'll kind of say with this is Drake Maye will play no more games at Gillette Stadium in his sophomore year, and he gets a final win of his Gillette career, Gillette 2025-2026 year in the AFC Divisional. He was undefeated on the road this season, and he will be going up against Jarrett Stidham, not Bo Nix, Jarrett Stidham. And this season, he has only played in 1 game, and he has no stats. We know Jarrett Stidham because he was drafted by the New England Patriots in the 4th round. He was sent to Las Vegas, where he actually played in 6 games, having 53 completions on 83 attempts and 656 yards with 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. This will be just Jarrett Stidham's 5th start in his NFL career. And say what you want, this is going to be a tough game. I am very much of the mindset that I would rather face Jarrett Stidham than Bo Nix. Don't think anybody's going to fault that. But we cannot take this game lightly. You cannot look at this game any different than what it is. It is an AFC championship game. It is a chance to go to the Super Bowl. And that right there is what exactly the Patriots are looking at. A trip to the Super Bowl with their new franchise quarterback in Drake Maye. And the potential is there to have Mack Hollins as well. We appreciate you watching. We hope you have a great rest of your day. And for now, guys, go Pats.